Alright, so we're the water waste market research team. The problem that we actually selected down was the water waste, like as a result from weather. When homeowners leave to go on vacation, they don't really have a system to check with the weather and sprinkle like when it needs to, or check if it's raining.
Alright, yeah, I guess so what we did the first time was we went to Home Depot, we had a total of 7 interviews, and we went with 2 different types of like market segments. So one was like homeowners in suburban areas, and then the second one were just like people that garden on a daily basis, things like that. And then what we ended up finding was like, a lot of people do have like sprinkler systems, but they don't really check to see if it's, but a lot of people don't really check to see if it's like raining and things like that, so it doesn't take those factors into account. And then also like, we talked about last time how we met somebody who flips houses, and he kind of he noticed a pattern about like how more like mid-income and higher income people are the ones that have sprinkler systems and lower income people don't. So that's kind of what we took into account for like this set of interviews.
So the first time we of course went as a group, but we kind of realized that even if we went together, essentially only 2 of us would be one really doing the conversation and talking, so we decided to split up. And we also realized that when we kind of started off with saying we're students, things like that, and explaining the scenario of why we're doing it, they were more open to interviewing, so that helped a lot.
We also narrowed down the space more to water waste rather than the first time we kind of just talked about all the possible problem spaces. So yeah, kind of how he explained, we split up the second time. We conducted interviews individually. We went to Lowe's. We went to 2 Lowe's. One went to a lower end neighborhood, and we saw that a lot of people there didn't really have irrigation systems, or just weren't interested. And then we went to a higher end Lowe's, and that's where we actually got more useful data. Yeah, like I said, we decided on focusing on individuals in like suburban areas with that 300 to 500K range of homes, and we conducted a total of 15 interviews individually.
Yeah, so then what we ended up learning this time was that most of the people that have a smaller home don't really tend to have like a sprinkler system. They have those like hookup, like manual kind of sprinklers. And like one of the people I interviewed, they were just so like they kind of eyeball when to stop the thing. So in my opinion, like I feel like that wastes a little more water, although like not conclusive, obviously. And then there was also like another person that we interviewed, and he had the issue of where like the water just wasn't being sprinkled on a specific area. So that was kind of his gripe about having a sprinkler system and not doing it manually. So those are just like some of the different things we found. And then we also like were able to figure out like the problem does exist in this with that market segment. It's just a lot of people don't like, there's just a few people that don't really care. So like they don't want to like get rid of an entire system just to replace it with a new one. So that was just like, I guess like that, like more of like an economical sense.
And then we also found out that for the existing solutions out there, some people said they were either too expensive or just too complex to set up on their own.
So next, we plan to kind of deal with these issues in interviews. So we've definitely narrowed it down. We've seen that the people that are showing interest are, like we said, the people with houses between that $300,000 to $500,000 range, and essentially people that leave their house for long periods of time, so for a week at a time. So this includes people that go on vacation regularly, as well as one of the markets that we also realized was people that flip houses, because they're not always at the house that they own. So they also said they were interested. So we said we kind of narrowed our problem space and market segment down into those individuals. We also want to next really talk to people that install sprinklers. It's mainly for 2 reasons. One is to get their perspective, because they do talk to a lot of the customers or end users that would be using our product. So I think we did want to talk to them to really see how helpful this would be. Also to kind of understand the components and different parts of the sprinkler system, just to kind of start developing the product as well.
Okay, great. 4 minutes and 45 seconds. All right.